Pickup trucks are designed to get the job done, and we often overlook their appearance in favor of their utility. But every now and then, a truck comes along that's just too hard on the eyes to ignore. The 1970s produced some of the ugliest designs in pickup history, trucks that even their strongest fans couldn't defend. What were the designers thinking when they created these vehicles? And would you want to see these trucks make a comeback, or should they stay in the past where they belong? Let's take a trip back to the 1970s and uncover 13 of the ugliest pickup trucks ever made. Number 13. 1972 Ford Ranchero. The 1972 Ford Ranchero was a unique mix of a car and a truck, combining the usefulness of a pickup with the comfort and style of a sedan. This model belonged to the sixth generation of Rancheros, which were made from 1972 to 1976 and were built on the Ford Torino platform. The 1972 Ranchero had a strong and bold design, featuring a long hood and a short rear deck, which gave it a distinctive and powerful look. Under the hood, the 1972 Ranchero offered several engine choices. The base engine was a 250 cubic inch inline-six, producing about 98 horsepower. For those wanting more power, there were multiple V8 options available, including a 302 cubic inch engine with 140 horsepower, a 351 cubic inch engine with 153 horsepower, and a 400 cubic inch engine that delivered 172 horsepower. These engines paired well with either a 3-speed automatic or a 4-speed manual transmission, allowing drivers to enjoy smooth cruising or a more engaging driving experience. The interior of the 1972 Ranchero was designed for comfort and ease of use. It included features such as power steering, power brakes, and air conditioning, making it practical for daily driving. The addition of an AM/FM stereo with an 8-track player provided a modern touch for its time. The cabin was spacious, offering plenty of legroom and comfortable seating, ensuring a pleasant ride for both the driver and passengers. A key feature of the Ranchero was its integrated cargo bed, which provided great utility without sacrificing style, allowing it to be both a work vehicle and a stylish mode of transportation. Number 12. 1973 Chevrolet C10 Longhorn. The 1973 Chevrolet C10 Longhorn was a classic pickup truck known for its unique design and strong performance. As part of Chevrolet's CK series, the C10 Longhorn featured an extended wheelbase, which allowed for extra cargo space and better stability. This model year marked the start of the third generation of CK trucks, offering a more squared-off and modern look compared to earlier versions. The standard engine was a 250 cubic inch inline-six, which produced 100 horsepower and 175 pound-feet of torque. For those wanting more power, Chevrolet offered options such as a 292 cubic inch inline-six and a 307 cubic inch V8, which delivered 115 horsepower and 205 pound-feet of torque. These engines came with a 3-speed synchromesh manual transmission as standard, while a 4-speed manual and a 3-speed automatic transmission were also available. The exterior of the C10 Longhorn featured clean lines and a wide grille, giving it a rugged yet stylish look. The truck came in various trim levels, including the base Custom, Custom Deluxe, Cheyenne, and the top-tier Cheyenne Super. Each trim level provided different levels of luxury and comfort, offering features like vinyl upholstery, padded armrest, chrome trim, and improved interior materials. Inside, the C10 Longhorn was designed for comfort. Higher trim levels included options such as air conditioning, power steering, and a tilt steering wheel, making it a comfortable vehicle for long trips. The interior was built to be durable and functional, using materials that could handle heavy use. Number 11. 1973 Volkswagen Type 2 Pickup. The 1973 Volkswagen Type 2 pickup, commonly called the VW Bus or Microbus, was a classic vehicle that made a significant mark on automotive history. Its unique design and cultural importance made the Type 2 pickup a practical and versatile vehicle suitable for various purposes, from transporting goods to personal adventures. One of the most notable features of the 1973 Type 2 pickup was its rear-mounted, air-cooled flat-bore engine. This engine had a size of 1.6 liters and produced between 46 to 50 horsepower with a torque output of 73 to 75 pound-feet. The placement of the engine at the rear improved traction, which was especially helpful for a vehicle designed to carry heavy loads. The pickup came with a 4-speed manual transmission, which was standard for this model. The exterior design of the Type 2 pickup was both functional and appealing. It had a boxy shape with rounded corners and a split windshield, which was later replaced by a single piece in future models. The vehicle's practical design included a sliding side door and a roomy cargo area, making it perfect for moving goods. The pickup was available in a variety of bright colors, reflecting the lively spirit of the 1970s. It could hold up to 3 passengers in the front cab, featuring a simple yet sturdy interior meant to handle heavy use. The dashboard was straightforward, with basic controls and gauges needed for driving. Higher trim levels provided added comfort features such as padded seats and better interior materials. Number 10. 1970 Dodge D100. The 1970 Dodge D100 was part of the Dodge D series, which was made from 1960 to 1993. The 70 model stood out because of its strong design and useful features. The D100 came in different styles, such as the swept line and Utiline bed types, to meet various needs and preferences. Under the hood, the 1970 Dodge D100 has several engine options. The standard engine was the 225 cubic inch slant 6, known for its reliability and fuel efficiency. For those wanting more power, Dodge offered V8 engines, including the 318 cubic inch and the larger 383 cubic inch engines. These engines were paired with either a 3-speed manual transmission or an optional 3-speed automatic transmission, allowing for different driving experiences. The outside of the 1970 D100 featured a wide grille, rounded fenders, and simple lines that gave it a tough and practical look. Inside, the truck was surprisingly comfortable for its time, with a straightforward dashboard and sturdy materials built to handle daily use. The Adventurer package added a bit of luxury with features like bucket seats, carpeting, and extra chrome trim. One notable aspect of the 1970 Dodge D100 was its versatility. It was built to perform various tasks, from carrying heavy loads to being a reliable daily vehicle. The truck's suspension system provided a smooth ride, even with a full load. Additionally, options like power steering and power brakes made driving even easier. Number 9. 1975 GMC Sierra Grand. The 1975 GMC Sierra Grand was an important model from GMC's third-generation CK series, which people often called the square body trucks. This generation represented a big change from earlier designs, featuring a more angular and boxier look that was modern and tough for its time. The Sierra Grand trim was one of the more expensive options, offering many features for buyers who wanted a mix of usefulness and comfort. The 1975 Sierra Grand usually came with a 350 cubic inch V8 engine, which produced around 155 horsepower. This engine worked with a 3-speed turbo-hydromatic automatic transmission, allowing for a smooth driving experience. The truck also had power steering and power brakes, which were considered high-end features at the time. Inside, the Sierra Grand had a more comfortable interior compared to other models. It included amenities like air conditioning, an AM/FM radio, and a wraparound dashboard with a complete set of gauges. The seats were covered in nicer fabrics, and the cabin featured wood trim and thicker carpeting, making it more appealing. The 1975 GMC Sierra Grand received criticism for its look. The square body design, while practical, was viewed by some as too boxy and unattractive. The large flat surfaces and sharp angles gave the truck a somewhat utilitarian appearance that didn't appeal to everyone. The noticeable use of chrome and awkward proportions of the front added to its reputation as an ugly truck. The design choices, meant to improve aerodynamics and durability, unintentionally resulted in a style that divided truck enthusiasts. Number 8. 1972 Chevrolet LUV. The 1972 Chevrolet LUV, or light utility vehicle, was General Motors' answer to the rising need for compact pickup trucks in the U.S. This model was essentially a rebadged version of the Isuzu Faster, which showed General Motors' partnership with Isuzu. The LUV aimed to provide a practical and economical choice for both personal and commercial use, making it popular during its production years. The 1972 Chevrolet LUV featured a 1.8-liter single overhead cam inline-4 engine that produced 75 horsepower and 88 pound-feet of torque. This engine worked with a 4-speed manual transmission, which drove the rear wheels. The truck had a suspension system that included a solid rear axle with leaf springs and an independent front suspension with unequal length A-arms. The LUV's compact size, with a wheelbase of 102.4 inches and a 6-foot bed, allowed it to carry a payload of up to 1,480 pounds. The LUV was known for its durability and fuel efficiency, which were significant advantages during the fuel crisis of the 1970s. However, the Chevrolet SUV received criticism for its lack of visual appeal. The truck's exterior had a simple utilitarian look, featuring a basic grille, round headlights, and minimal chrome accents. The body design focused on function over form, resulting in a boxy and somewhat dull appearance. Inside, the cabin was also basic, using durable but plain materials that emphasized practicality over comfort. Number 7. 1973 Ford Courier. The 1973 Ford Courier was Ford's first compact pickup truck, which entered a market that was becoming popular in the early 70s. This model was essentially a modified version of the Mazda B series, showing the partnership between Ford and Mazda. The goal was to create a truck that could compete with the small, fuel-efficient pickups from Toyota and Nissan. The Courier aimed to provide practicality and economy, making it a good option for both personal and business use. The 1973 Ford Courier featured a 1.8-liter inline-4 engine that produced 74 horsepower and 92 pound-feet of torque. This engine worked with a 4-speed manual transmission that powered the rear wheels. The truck had an independent front suspension with coil springs and a solid rear axle with leaf springs, which offered a balance between comfort during rides and the ability to carry loads. The Courier was compact, with a wheelbase of 102.6 inches at a total length of 172 inches, allowing it to carry a maximum payload of 1,400 pounds. The Courier was known for being reliable and fuel efficient, which were important advantages during the oil crises of the 1970s. The design of the Ford Courier received criticism for being unattractive. The truck had a simple boxy shape with minimal styling. The front featured a basic grille and round headlights, giving it a plain and utilitarian appearance. Inside, the cabin was also basic, with durable materials that focus more on practicality than comfort. Number 6. 1978 Subaru Brat. The 1978 Subaru Brat was Subaru's unique entry into the compact pickup truck market. This model was designed to meet the growing demand for small, versatile trucks in the U.S. The Brat was essentially a modified version of the Subaru Leon, with a pickup bed added to the back of the vehicle. This design gave it a distinctive look and practical features. The 1978 Subaru Brat was powered by a 1.6-liter EA71 flat-4 engine that produced 67 horsepower and 81 pound-feet of torque. It had a 4-speed manual transmission and included a part-time 4-wheel drive system that could be activated with a lever inside the cabin. The Brat's compact size and lightweight construction made it nimble and relatively fuel-efficient, which were important advantages during the late 70s. Unique features included rear-facing jump seats in the cargo bed, added to avoid the chicken tax on imported trucks. The Subaru Brat received criticism for its unconventional and somewhat awkward design. Its exterior was boxy and utilitarian, which some people found unappealing. The front had a simple grille and round headlights, and the overall body design lacked the sleek lines that were popular at the time. While the rear-facing jump seats were functional, they contributed to the vehicle's quirky look. Inside, the cabin was basic, with little attention given to comfort or style. Number 5. 1976 Dodge Warlock. The 1976 Dodge Warlock was part of Dodge's Adult Toys line, which included specialty trucks designed to stand out with unique styles and features. This model was based on the third-generation Dodge DW series and targeted buyers looking for a truck that had a custom and eye-catching appearance right from the factory. Under the hood, The 1976 Warlock typically had a 318 cubic inch V8 engine, which produced around 150 horsepower. This engine came with a 3-speed automatic transmission, though a 4-speed manual option was also available. The truck featured an independent front suspension and a solid rear axle with leaf springs, which balanced ride comfort with the ability to carry heavy loads. The exterior of the Warlock was its most distinctive feature, showcasing custom gold wheels, wide tires, and a bed that had oak racks. It was offered in several striking colors, including black, red, and green, all highlighted with gold pinstriping around the wheel wells and body lines. The prominent use of gold accents, combined with bold color choices, gave the Warlock a flashy look that some found to be excessive. The interior was black vinyl with gold accents on the dashboard and doors, which aimed for a sporty feel, but was viewed by some as too bright. Overall, the Warlock stood out for its unique design and attention to detail. Number 4. 1979 Ford Durango. The 1979 Ford Durango was a rare and special vehicle made through a partnership between Ford and National Coach Works. This model was basically a modified version of the Ford Fairmont Futura, which was changed into a small pickup truck. The Durango aimed to fill the gap left by the discontinued Ford Ranchero and compete with the Chevrolet El Camino. The 1979 Ford Durango had a 3.3-liter Thrift Power inline-6 engine that produced about 85 horsepower. This engine was connected to a 3-speed automatic transmission. The vehicle's suspension system included an independent front suspension and a solid rear axle with leaf springs. This setup provided a good balance between comfort while driving and the ability to carry loads. The Durango's small size and light weight made it easier to handle and more fuel efficient for its time. The trunk bed was made of fiberglass, which was light and resistant to rust, and it featured a fold-down tailgate that incorporated the taillights and license plate. The conversion process involved cutting off the rear part of the Fairmont and adding a fiberglass truck bed, which resulted in a mismatched look. The front end kept the Fairmont's simple grille and round headlights, while the rear design was more practical and less visually appealing. Number 3. 1970 Chevrolet El Camino. The 1970 Chevrolet El Camino was a unique mix of a car and a truck, often called a coupe utility. This model year had significant updates in both design and performance. The El Camino was built on the Chevelle platform, meaning it shared many parts with Chevrolet's popular midsize car. One of the standout features of the 1970 El Camino was the new 454 cubic inch V8 engine, which produced an impressive 450 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque. This engine option, along with the Super Sport package, made the El Camino a powerful vehicle on the road. In terms of design, the 1970 El Camino had a more squared-off front end compared to earlier models, featuring quad headlights and a large grille. The interior also received updates for added comfort, including new upholstery choices and improved instruments. The Super Sport package added sporty details like 15-inch rally wheels, a black grille, and Super Sport emblems. Many critics and fans found the 1970 El Camino's looks to be awkward and unattractive. The vehicle's proportions were often seen as its biggest flaw. The mix of a car-like front end and a truck bed created a strange appearance that some people thought looked like two different vehicles stuck together, leading to it being called one of the ugliest cars of the 1970s by some automotive critics. Number 2. 1977 Dodge D150. The 1977 Dodge D150 was part of Dodge's D series of trucks and served as a classic example of a full-size pickup that aimed to balance utility and performance. This model came in different configurations, including regular and club cab options, along with both short and long bed lengths. Under the hood, the D150 provided a range of engines, such as a 3.9-liter 6-cylinder, a 5.2-liter 8-cylinder, and a 5.9-liter 8-cylinder, with the last two engines delivering up to 230 horsepower. These engines were paired with either a 5-speed manual transmission or an optional 3-speed automatic, allowing drivers to choose their preferred driving style. The 1977 D150 featured a strong suspension system, with options for heavy-duty setups that improved its load-carrying capabilities. The truck's exterior was highlighted by its chrome front bumper and grille, which added some style to its otherwise practical design. Inside, the D150 could comfortably seat up to 5 people in the club cab version, featuring standard vinyl seats with options for cloth or premium cloth upholstery. The interior also included practical features, like a full cloth headliner and carpeted door panels, which aim to enhance comfort during rides. However, many people criticized its aesthetics, as the design appeared boxy and outdated for that time, with a high, flat front end and a relatively narrow body contributing to its awkward look. At a number 1, the 1971 International 1500D. The 1971 International 1500D was part of the D-Series lineup from International Harvester, known for its strong build and flexibility. This full-size pickup truck was made for both personal and business use, offering a variety of features that made it a practical choice for many people. The 1500D had several engine options, including a 304 cubic inch V8 and a more powerful 345 cubic inch V8, providing enough power for heavy-duty tasks. It also came with different transmission choices, such as a 3-speed manual and an optional 3-speed automatic. One of the most notable features of the 1971 International 1500D was its roomy and comfortable cabin. The interior focused on driver comfort, featuring better seating and a simpler instrument panel. The truck also had a large cargo bed, making it great for transporting goods and equipment. Additionally, the 1500D was available in both 2-wheel and 4-wheel drive versions, which increased its versatility and ability to handle rough terrains. The truck had a high, flat front end and a rectangular grille, which, while practical, gave it somewhat an awkward look. The large, flat body panels and simple design did not do much to improve its appearance. The 1970s brought us some truly unforgettable pickup trucks, but not all were celebrated for their looks. Which of these ugly trucks do you think deserves a second chance, if any? If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content on the wild world of automobiles.